What is going on, everybody? I just want to welcome everybody on here real quick and thank you first and foremost for, taking the time to actually be on this call. It's Saturday night. You guys could probably be anywhere else doing quite literally anything at this given moment. But real quick before we get started, just drop in the chat box where you're tuning in from tonight. I want to see where everybody's from. Miami. Okay, Donnie. Out there living lavish with Tommy. See a couple Canada people on here. Cam Loops, Edmonton. Okay, nice, nice. So we got a couple different places on here. So before we get started, guys, is it okay if I tell you just a little bit about me real quick before we get started, just so you're not speaking to a stranger? Drop a one in the chat if that's all right. Okay, sweet. Italy, okay. Nice. All right, well, I was going to tell you about myself anyway, guys. So, first and foremost, my name's Blake McLean. I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-time student athlete out here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And in life, I always knew that I was going to be successful, but I never really knew what avenue I was going to actually take in life to get me to where I want. Who kind of resonates with that in the chat? Drop some ones real quick. But besides that, I always had a background of, I never really wanted to work the 9 to 5 life. I never really wanted to get a job. I was always just somebody who was sitting in class. I've always been what they call, somewhat smart kid. I got A's and B's when I was in, middle school and high school. But as I've gone into college, I've began to realize more and more that the more I sit in class, I'm just listening to people who really don't have what I want. And that's really what I want to come on here and preach real quick is, guys, who do you listen to? Who has your ear? Because my mentor always tells me, you have to listen to people who once were where you were and now have what you want and can get you to where you want to go. So, guys, I realized very quickly that I was in business class, listening to teachers who've never even ran their own business. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I be listening to those type of people? So, I got involved in this opportunity. I got just sent a quick Snapchat that said investing, trading, and marketing. And I was like, what is that? Because I've always been somebody who's wanted to get started in an online space, but I really never just knew how to actually go about it or the right people to get involved with. And that's what we really have to offer here with Revolt, guys. It's just an amazing group of people, an amazing community of people, and more so a family to me that just wants to see you win on every aspect of life. So, enough about me. I don't want to take the spotlight and, put everything on me right now, but I really want to just tell you guys that the information that you're about to hear tonight, I was on a call very similar to this and got broken down some very similar information that now in less than a year has took my situation from a spot where I didn't really know where I was going in life to now having a very clear vision of exactly where I want to go and exactly how I'm going to get there. So, guys, I want to introduce somebody who, honestly, the amount of people on this call, I'm surprised, he's even taking the time to come on here and speak to you guys because I've seen this guy, talk to thousands of people on a single call. He actually is an educator to thousands of people inside of our platform and community. This guy has cleared multiple six figures for himself. And I'm honestly blessed to be in the same proximity as this guy because he's somebody who's helped me develop these high income skill sets to where it takes most people, 5+ years to even see results with this thing. But because of this guy right here, because of Donnie, I've been able to learn and grasp these skills in around 6 months as a 20-year-old still in school full time. So I could go on and on about this guy's accolades and what he's accomplished, but truly, this guy just has a heart of gold. He wants to see everybody in life succeed, and he's really just what I like to call a servant leader. He goes out of his way to help people that it doesn't even matter if it has any benefit to him or not. He's willing to go out of his way to help people get started in the space and start to see that change in their life. Because, guys, I've always realized if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you're looking at the bank account and you're wondering, okay, can I even pay for this? This is exactly why you need to be on this call and listening to what we have to offer with this opportunity, guys. So, with that being said, I just want to welcome on Donnie and thank you for being on this call and presenting this amazing opportunity with everybody. So take it away, my brother.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you guys. Can we just go ahead and show some love to Blake in the chat? Drop some threes for my brother. It's crazy to see the progress in such a short period of time, man. You know, the reason I do this and love it so much is because him, I mean, he's a prime example of people that are teachable, coachable, and obviously just follow the blueprint that's laid out for them, and they've seen results in a fraction of how long it took me to see results. It's crazy. I've been in this industry now since 2018, so almost 7 years. It'll be 7 years next month, and about 1 month from now, actually. And it's crazy. What took me 7 years to be able to do full time, there's a lot of people that have been able to do that in a fraction of the period of time just because of the exact information we're going to be going over in today's call. Now, if you're seeing this is really for you to have a better understanding of everything we have going on with Revolt, why we're doing this, the brand, understanding, how you can become a part of this thing. And we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different today. Normally, we'll just pull up the slide deck and go to town and, go through the slideshow. But today, I actually want to give you guys some hands-on experience and understanding of just exactly what you have access to inside of the community and how you can get started with us in this amazing opportunity. So if you guys are excited, if you guys are fired up, let's go ahead and dive into things here. Drop a three once again in the chat if you are ready to go and excited to be here. We will spend a little bit of time in the slides, but I'm not going to really spend too much time there because I want to actually show you everything in detail today. And so maybe you're seeing this on the recording because this is obviously for a lot of people that have maybe already been exposed to the information before and just want to have a little bit more clarity before making the decision to get started. Well, if you're seeing this on the recording, strap in, get ready because this is about to be a lot of fun and very insightful just to what exactly we have here and how you can become a part of it. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And like Blake said, shout out to those of you guys for taking the time to be here. I love the small call that we have on a Saturday night, and for those of you guys that are taking the time to watch the recording, shout out to you one time. But let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. So recently, myself, Blake, Dayton, a bunch of top leaders in Revolt, we made the decision to get started and partner with an amazing company called Jifu. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I'll pull this up on screen. Okay, Jifu is really the one-stop shop ultimate lifestyle membership, and we've had different company partnerships previously, but we made the decision to link arms with Jifu for a couple of reasons. Okay, so first things first, and just kind of going through this, the corporate team and the corporate staff was a big reason for this partnership. I think the people that you do business with are more important than anything else. I've been in this industry now for, like I said, almost 7 years. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly when it comes to having great business partnerships. I've also seen, not so great business partnerships in my almost 7 years doing this. So for us, the biggest, most important thing was making sure that the company that we decided to partner with was number one, more in alignment with our vision with Revolt. And we didn't even go into this yet, so I'll touch on it now. Our vision with Revolt is to really just show you how to do something different to get a different result. Instead of going the 40-40-40 plan route, which is working 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to retire on 40% of your income because the tax guys took the other 60%, we want to show you how to become your own boss. We want to show you how to increase your income online through multiple facets, not just one niche, but multiple niches, and how you can essentially build wealth for yourself. And so we needed to find a platform that was more aligned with that vision because myself being a trading and investing educator, I've been doing this for a long time. I understand that it's not the end all be all. Trading is not the end all be all. Investing, crypto, whatever it is that you're investing into is not the end all be all. It's meant to be a stepping stone into other diversity in terms of cash flow, right? The average millionaire has 5 to 7 streams of income. So to just have trading is a great start. And in addition to whatever, job or business you already have, but where do you go from there? So we needed to find a corporate team and people that we could partner with that number one, the company itself aligned with our goals as a brand with Revolt. And number two, actually had the track record when it comes to this industry. And so some of the individuals that we're seeing on screen here, I'll just go ahead and highlight one of them, Kyle, who is the CEO. He's someone who has succeeded at a very, very high level in business. He actually has an accounting background, which was very relatable. I'm very much like an analytical numbers guy. And so having the CEO who's literally a chartered or CPA, okay, it was a big deal. And he took a company called Jeunesse, one of his previous companies, from around $100,000 in revenue monthly to $140 million in revenue monthly, where they were literally as a company doing billion-dollar calendar years. This was more than a decade ago. And he's looking to do the same thing with Jifu, and he actually has the track record of being able to do it. And guess what? If someone has gone the way before, not only can they go the way again, but they can actually show the way because of their experience. And so I'm super, super excited about this new partnership. And now what I want to dive into and really give you guys is more of a visual representation of why this made so much sense from a product and service perspective, in addition to, of course, what I just mentioned from a corporate perspective. So first things first, and this will be the last slide that I show for the time being, right here, this on screen. There's really three pillars to Jifu. So you have education through Jifu Live, you have health, and you have travel. The education side of things is not limited to just wealth creation, but that's what I think so many people get excited about is because it's literally how to go about creating wealth for yourself on the Jifu Live platform. So let's actually go ahead and dive into just exactly what the Jifu Live platform looks like. Okay. So this is the portal that you're going to be able to have access to once you're started with the community. All right. And so once I go ahead and log in here, okay, I'll be able to show you guys just exactly what things look like on the inside. And I'll give you guys a walkthrough of the different tools, products, educators that you have access to and why this is such an amazing one-stop shop for creating wealth. And it's really exciting too, because this whole platform is about to get a 2.0 version, which is absolutely fire. I can't show you guys until it's out, but we've gotten a sneak peek and it's absolutely phenomenal. So this is what the G4 Live platform looks like at a glance. You have upcoming live streams with some of the educators, Manny Quiones and Kevin. Okay, you have a university section. So this is where you're going to be starting to learn a skill to create an income online. All right, so there is a number of different academies that you have access to, and this is no different than you taking an online course on, I don't know, psychology, okay, in university or college, or maybe you took an online course in high school. All right, this is very similar, but the cool thing about it is that you're not learning some BS that you're never going to use. It's actually how to create money online and how to go about it the right way the first time. The number one reason I got so excited about this partnership is because I understand the importance of mentorship. My going back to 2018, my first 9 months in the world of investing in finance were absolutely miserable. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like I lost a lot of money. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know up from down, left from right. And I quickly realized in the short span of about 9 months trying to figure it out on my own that I wasn't going to be able to. I needed to have mentors. I needed to have people that I could lean on who had experience, man. And so this is literally the one-stop shop for everything when it comes to online income. These are just some of them. All right. There's actually more academies than this, but you have e-commerce, right? I know how many of us, let's, drop a three or no, we've already done threes. Drop a two in the chat if you've ordered something online since the beginning of this year. Okay. I would imagine probably the vast majority of us, right? So instead of being on the consumer side of e-commerce and drop shipping, how about being on the producer side of things, where instead of you going and paying to, get products delivered, you're on the other side and you're connecting a buyer with a supplier and you're getting paid as an e-commerce, owner, a shop owner. Okay, so e-commerce academy, there's great videos in here on e-commerce. You have crypto. How can you go about really positioning yourself in a big way over the next 6 to 12 months to make a ton of money in crypto? Because that's really the opportunity with that. Foreign exchange, this is one I'll actually go into and show you guys in more detail. This one is more specific to currency trading. Okay, for those guys that don't know, foreign exchange is the biggest financial market in the world, moving around $7.2 trillion per day. In fact, I'll actually show you guys. Okay, if we go to the Forex Wikipedia page, I'll actually show you just how much money moves in this market, man, because it's crazy. All right. It's actually 7.5 trillion. So right here, according to the Bank of International Settlements, the preliminary global results for the 2022 Central Bank Survey of Foreign Exchange and OTC Derivatives, a bunch of jargon. All right. This is the bottom line right here. Foreign exchange markets averaged $7.5 trillion per day as of April 2022. That was 3 years ago. This number is probably up a lot more, because of inflation and just more activity in the trading markets. It used to be 6.6 trillion in 2019, around my first year and a half starting to trade. And it's now 7.5 trillion as of 2022. And of course, that number has grown since 2022 till today. Now it's March 15th, 2025, right? What's crazy, and I'll show you guys this, is that this right here on screen is showcasing the top 10 currency traders. All of them are major institutions. None of them are Warren Buffett or individuals. Okay, it's all major banks. Just the top 10 currency traders alone, if you were to add up all of these percentages, are in control of more than 60% of that $7.5 trillion being traded every single day. Now, why do I show you that? Well, I show you that because if you had a way to understand exactly how the institutions, the banks are taking your money and making more money with it trading in the markets, wouldn't you want to do the same thing? Drop an 8 in the chat if you would be like, okay, instead of me just talking to a financial advisor, maybe getting 5% a year working with them, why not just take the power into your own hands and do it yourself and make 5% a month? That's what's possible, man, doing this. You just have to learn and understand how the institutions are doing this in such a big way because they have the control in the markets. And I think this is something that really puts that into perspective. So that's literally what I teach on the platform, by the way, is how you can start trading with the banks, like the banks, instead of against them. Because the average person, when they start trading, I'll be so honest with you guys, they lose money. They don't know what they're doing. That was me for my first 9 months. And then I got introduced to information like this, and it completely changed the results that I had in trading. So the actual content that you're going to be consuming on the Forex University tab, first things first, you have live sessions with the LeBrons, the Kobe's, the Wayne Gretzky's of this industry, man, the Ronaldos of this industry. These are people that are already making 6, 7, 8 figures in the industry, and you get to tune in with them live on a regular basis. So there's a ton of educators you can tune in with, different languages, different times for different time zones, making sure that everybody has the ability to tap in live with these educators for sessions. So let's just say, for example, right, Monday, 9 a.m., that's tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Saturday, 2 days from now, okay, Manny Quiones is doing a New York market outlook. So he's actually going to be doing analysis in real time. And obviously, it's coming soon. So the event isn't actually live yet, but if it was live, just the same way that you're watching this in the recording, you're seeing my screen, we're talking, we're having a good time. Okay. You would be able to tune in with the educators in real time and watch and learn from them. And actually, this is the best way to get to a state of profitability because not only do you have to just go through course material yourself in your own time, you actually get the opportunity to trade live and learn live and ask questions live with these educators. So scrolling lower, this is what the actual pre-recorded material looks like. Okay, Forex University, if we go see the course, you're going to see that there's a whole curriculum that you can work through to start establishing a foundation for yourself in the markets. Now, I know you might be looking at this and you're like, Donnie, I don't even really care to learn this skill. Well, stay tuned. I got an exciting thing I'm going to show you guys on how you can literally just copy and paste and make money with the educators without learning the skill yourself. That is an option. Copy trading is an option. We'll get into that. But this is for the people that are like, man, I want to learn the skill myself because I see the vision and the power of being in a position where I can do this completely independently. So first things first, maybe write this down if you're taking notes. You can only build as high as your foundation is deep. You can only build as high as your foundation is deep. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that if you don't know up from down, left from right, like I didn't when I first started in 2018, it's going to be very challenging for you to progress in a way that makes sense. So we have beginner videos that are going to take you through step by step all the necessary foundational understanding that you need to actually start making money in the markets. So there's 7 lessons in the beginner section. Once you're done the beginner section, you graduate to the intermediate section. So this is where it gets a little bit more technical. This is where it gets a little bit more fun and exciting because now you can start to really understand what to look for in the markets to start anticipating what the market's going to do next so that you can make money trading and investing. Okay. It might sound crazy, but it's, it's not really that far-fetched to be able to anticipate what the market's going to do and then make money when it's doing it. I mean, these are just a couple of trades from last week that we had analyzed and shared on live sessions where, just to give you context, I know this might look like hieroglyphics on screen. Don't worry. We're going, obviously you're going to learn everything about what you're seeing on screen here as you're going through the material. But just as an example, I mean, if we take a look at Thursday, there was a trade that I took where I was risking one to make four on a trade. So that could be 1% of my account balance. That could be $10. Okay, $100, $1,000, right? Whatever capital you're trading with, whatever your account size is, you get to predetermine exactly what you're risking and exactly what you're looking to gain from winning trades. So for me, I had a risk to reward of 1 to 4 on this trade. So for every dollar I was risking, I actually ended up making $4 when this trade hit take profit in a matter of, from the time of me taking the trade to take profit, it was about 5 hours. So imagine you risked 1% of your account on this trade, which I think is reasonable, especially starting out as a beginner. Okay, you risk 1% to make 4% in a single trade. If you have a nice bank, you might be able to make 4% a year with a high interest e-savings account. Maybe. From a single trade, what you're going to learn how to do is make 4% off of a single trade, risking 1% of your account capital or whatever you decide to risk. Okay. So really the significance here is that, well, number one, you get to predetermine your risk and your reward. Number two, with a risk to reward like this, you could literally be wrong more than you're right and still make money. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, Donnie, how does that work? Right. Well, what's cool about trading, I'll stop sharing my screen for a second, is that you can literally be there's only one other industry I can think of where you can be wrong more than you're right and keep your job, and it's the weatherman. Right? I kind of joke about it. It's like, oh, it's gonna rain today, and then it doesn't. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be sunny today, and then it rains. It's like, dude, you're literally wrong half the time when you're talking about the weather and you're keeping your job. It's crazy. Well, trading is like the only other industry where you can literally be wrong more than you're right and still make money and still keep your career and really flourish in this industry. The way that it works is you're risking less than when you're what you're looking to gain on an investment. Okay. Any sort of investment, you're looking for an upside return, right? But if you're looking at something like a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio as the bare minimum, which is what I teach and preach on my sessions, you could literally be wrong 60% of the time, 70% of the time, and still be making 2, 4, 5% a week, depending on what you're risking on trades. And I'll actually show this in some of the group chats and the results that we have very, very soon. So in pulling this back up on screen, okay, and going back to the Jifu Live education. So you have beginner, intermediate, advanced. You're literally going to be everything you need to know for building a foundation is in here. Okay. One thing that sucked when I first started trading is that I didn't have access to this information. So what do you guys think I was doing? Right? Why do you think it took me 9 months to figure out a lot of what you guys are learning in like a month or less? Well, it's because I was literally trying to find this information online. It's impossible to have a one-stop shop for free online through YouTube University to figure this stuff out in the best fashion. So this is why we've catered and created this really for you guys so that it's A to Z, beginner, intermediate, advanced, everything you need to know to establish a deep foundation. Because like I said, you can only build as high as your foundation is deep. Okay. Now, what else is really cool about this from a trading perspective? And the reason that I'm showing you guys more on the trading side of things, again, remember, there's way more than just trading. So if you're like, man, I don't even care to invest, I don't even care to trade, no worries, man. Learn how to monetize social media with the Social Media Academy then, right? Learn how to lead sales teams, learn how to become a leader yourself with the Leadership Academy, man. There's actually real estate, financial literacy, fitness, and a number of other academies that are coming out, and you guys get access to all of this. So if you're like, man, I want to dial in trading first and then branch out and create an e-commerce store that's profitable to increase my income there as well, you have access to all this, guys. It's all included. It's all encompassing, which is really cool. Now, let's go ahead and dive into something called tap to trade. Okay, I have my phone on this call as well. We're going to share my phone screen because this is obviously what the education portal looks like from the website. But I want to actually show you guys this amazing and what I truly believe is a revolutionary technology called tap to trade. So there's actually an app. I would encourage you to take a minute right now to go to your App Store or Google Play Store, and if you haven't already, download the Jifu app. There's a few different apps that you can download from Jifu. Okay. They're all on screen here. You have Jifu Connect, which is the one that you're going to want to download right now. This is to set up tap to trade, to get access to when educators are going live, to interact with them in real time. All right, you have Jifu Live, so the same platform that I was just showing you guys. There is an app for it. Okay, it's still being worked on. It's not fully functional, but you can at least go through the video and pre-recorded content from the Jifu Live app. And there's also Jifu Member, which I'm going to show as well. This is the discounted travel portal. We'll get into that in a little bit. But for now, download this app right here, Jifu Connect. Okay. Now, this is what the app actually looks like. So we'll see if this is going to pull up on screen for you guys. Perfect. Okay, it does. Nice. So you can follow. There's Manny, right? Manny was calling out different trade ideas last week. And even you, while you're learning this skill, what is so cool about this is you can be making money while you're learning to make money for yourself in the markets. It's not like college or university where you have to graduate after 2, 4, 6, 10 years to start making money in your field. You can get paid right away as you're learning the skill. So earning while you're learning is a huge, huge thing. And I really wish I had this when I started, to be honest. Would have really fast tracked the whole process for me. But that's why we've gone ahead and created something like this for you guys. So it doesn't take you as long to really get into the rhythm of things. So here you can interact and engage with the educators. They'll share ideas. They'll share when they're going live for live sessions. And what's really sweet about this is that you can actually connect your trading account, okay, with something called Tap to Trade or Easy Trade. And literally, if I go in here, I have my account that's actually connected to the Easy Trade Tap to Trade section. So anytime there's a trade idea that comes out, this is specifically for those of you guys that are like, man, I don't even have time to learn the skill. And maybe you don't even care to learn the skill, okay, to become independently profitable. Well, guess what? What you can do is the same trades that I'm calling out, the same trades that other educators are calling out. You can link your MetaTrader 4 or 5 trading account. Again, more on that in the future as you're going through the videos. You can link your account to the application so that anytime that a trade comes out, boom, you can decide to risk, let's say $30 on every single trade, or you can go ahead and you can maybe risk 1% every single trade. And with the click of a couple buttons, you're literally taking the trade immediately at the same time that the educator is. Guys, really take in how crazy that is. Like people are telling me all the time, they're like, Donnie, I wish I could just take every trade that you're taking. I'm like, yeah, no, I hear that. And it's like, now you literally can't. It's like, dude, this is literally game changing. So obviously, we've had a lot of people in the community that have been loving this thing. And I want to show you guys a few examples of trades that were called out. So first things first, okay, this is what the trade ideas page looks like. Right now, there's none open. It's the weekend. Okay, you can see some trades that are active from last week. And what's really cool is they'll give you all the parameters that are relevant for you. So if you wanted to manually copy and paste in your trading application, maybe you use a different trading software, that's totally fine. You can still use this, but it's just going to take a couple extra steps to take the trades. But what you can do is literally link your trading account to the app and with the click of a button, execute those trades in real time. So this is the only one that I can show you guys that's in real time still here. And then of course you have the history. So there's these are the some of the trades that were called out last week. This was a banger on gold for 164 pips, which is, you decide what a pip is worth. It could be 10 cents. It could be $1. It could be $10. So depending on what lot size you're using, depending on what you're risking on that trade, that could be you literally making $16 from clicking a button on your phone. It could be $160, $1,600. Like you get to decide what you're risking on every single trade. And of course, the biggest key that I would encourage you guys to take into consideration with trading is that risk management is everything. Okay, it's absolutely everything. So let's actually show you guys some results from people in the community because obviously, it's cool. I'm showing you guys all this, but in order for you to really see the value in this, okay, let me show you guys some of the results from the community. So we just transitioned and made this partnership with Jifu 2 weeks ago, okay, beginning of March. Now, we vetted this company for like months prior to making the partnership, first of all. Just want to throw that out there. And they've been around for 6 years. So we knew that this was the right partnership for us. And we had someone, Steph, big shout out to Steph one time, who literally took, this is her account, her live account growth. Now, again, past profits are not indicative of future gains, not financial advice, use proper risk, all that good disclaimer stuff. Okay. But she literally took her live account from whatever her initial deposit was and was in profit 108% in just 2 weeks with the new platform because of the tap to trade, because of a scanner that I'll show you guys in a second as well, called Golden Arrow. All right, we have some other individuals as well. Whitney, shout out to Whitney one time. The top two here were tap to trade ideas. Okay, New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc and US dollar against the Swiss franc. Bitcoin, she actually took herself and made in total about $2,000 in the span of a couple days. Shout out to Whitney one time, absolutely crushing it. Okay, this is Steph. This is one of her trading days that led her to having 100% gain in 2 weeks. She made $50 on one of the trades there. You can see, obviously, you're not winning every single trade. All right, $3 loss here, $2 win there, but she absolutely has been crushing it. Okay, let's see if we can find some other individuals. Shout out to Randy one time. He took this trade. This looks like it was about a 1 to 3.5 risk to reward. This is just from his own analysis and his own education that he's been able to get to a point where he's independently profitable. Some of you guys might be like, man, I don't care to learn the skill. I'll just copy paste and profit. Great. Some of you guys might be like, man, I want to do that, but I also want to learn the skill and have the best of both worlds. Because once you learn this skill, man, nobody can take this from you. Okay, so I could literally scroll through here for days. Shout out to my guy Sam one time. He made $80 off of a tap to trade idea on March 10th. Okay, absolutely crushing it. This is another individual, Jacob, who I believe this is on a demo account. I'm not gonna, come here and flex results that are on a demo account and not state that it's a demo account. But guess what? Here's the cool thing about this. As you're learning, you don't need to be trading and investing with real money until you're ready to, right? Once you're ready to, once you're confident and ready to go with live funds, you can go ahead and you can create an account and then boom, you're off to the races. Okay. So, shout out to Jimmy, made $230. This was on his own analysis, I believe, as well, with the Dow Jones. Okay, $230 there. So, I mean, we could be here for a long time just showing results, but the reality is men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. People in the community are out here really seeing success. And this is important for me to showcase and share with you guys. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my computer screen once again. We'll actually go back to the phone in a little bit when I show you guys the travel portal. But let's jump back over here because I want to show you guys the final section that I'm super fired up about because we didn't have this with our previous partnership when it comes to making trading and investing a lot simpler. Because let's be honest, man, like you look at the idea of investing and it can seem overwhelming. It can seem a little bit intimidating, but I promise you guys, number one, I felt the same way when I started and I actually didn't know what I was doing and, lost money as a result of it. But understand that everything is here to make the process easy, comfortable, and make sure that in a very short period of time of working with us, whether or not this is for you. Because I'll be honest, maybe trading investing isn't for you. That's why we have e-commerce. That's why we have credit, how to leverage OPM, how to get your credit up so you can invest into businesses. It's why we have social media, all these other different sectors. So it's not just trading. Okay, that's the point I wanted to make there. But for those of you guys that are like, man, I want to learn how to make money with my money and create true leverage investing, here's something that makes it really simple and is something that you have access to with Jifu. So there is a number of different scanners that will scan the market in real time for you and give you trading opportunities. So right now, see if I can refresh this page here. I'm not sure if this is, I guess, oh yeah, it's Saturday. I'm like, let's see if there's a setup. It's literally Saturday night, so the markets are closed. But I can show you one that is open. I believe, let's see. Trendwave, I believe we got Bitcoin on here. So here we go. So this is, and again, I know this might look like hieroglyphics. Don't worry. All right. Everything education wise is on the platform. So you're not like, dude, what am I looking at? All right. But the thing that's really cool about these scanners is that as you're learning, it'll give you trade ideas and you can then decide, use your discernment. All right, I feel good about this trade. I'm going to take it. And again, risk to reward and risk management is everything in trading. So here, there's actually a trade idea in real time where the scanner is anticipating price to fall from where it's currently at. Another cool thing, you can make money both directions in trading. So it doesn't matter if the market's doing super well or if it's doing terrible, you make money both directions. You have the opportunity to with Jifu and with the education. But here you have the entry level the targets where they're anticipating price or where the scanner is anticipating price to trade to. And then, of course, you have your predetermined risk so that in the event that the market goes against you, you're not like losing more than you want to be on the trade. Because again, you're not going to win every single trade, right? So this is just one example, but there's a bunch of different scanners where the educators will literally teach you exactly how to use them. And after literally just a couple of days of studying, you're going to be in a position where you can be independently taking trades while also taking the trade ideas and using the copy trading app called Tap to Trade. Okay. Man, if I'm like the only one fired up on this call, I don't think I am. Like if you guys are also fired up, let me get some eights in the chat once again, because I'm telling you guys, this is like crazy stuff that I don't think anybody even really knew about. Maybe you're on this call and you're like, dude, I didn't even know about some of this stuff, and I'm a part of the community, right? Maybe you're seeing this, you're in your guest, and you're like, okay, cool, this is sweet, right? But this is what you're getting access to. I know sometimes we're just going through slides and it's like, okay, cool, Jifu live, great. But I'm like, dude, I want to do a call where we actually show everything. You know what I mean? So that's the education side of things. Now let's talk about health. Okay, there's the health pillar with Jifu. Now this is something that I truly believe is true. This statement that health is wealth. You could have all the money in the world, you could have all the skills in the world, be the best business owner out there. And if you don't have your health in check, it's like, what do you really have? Your body's a temple, man. You got to take care of yourself. So there is different aspects of Jifu Live, number one, with fitness that you can tap into to take care of yourself. But there's also number two, supplements and different things that you have access to inside of Jifu to really take care of your body. So collagen, starting on the left, going to the right, we have Gen 3. Collagen's like booming just as much as cold plunges and everybody going to the spa nowadays and ripping those cold plunges. And this is something that is really beneficial for hair, skin, nails, joints. You have something called Glow here, which is specifically cosmetic. So instead of you using creams or moisturizers or different things to you know take care of your skin and have all these kind of bad ingredients in them that they don't tell you about because it's like the fine print in the back of the label and it's like, dude, there's like a bajillion things in here. I'm not going to take the time to read that. Here you have actually pure, natural, and good products that have good ingredients. Okay, it's literally as close to as nature intended as possible. All right, but it's cell restoration serum, night repair complex, eye repair treatment. Okay, Live is an antioxidant blend that you can take. I've been taking these in the morning, and it's a 10 super ingredient antioxidant blend, really good for you. Wave, if you're a big energy drink person, we have natural clean energy in Wave. So instead of drinking a Red Bull or a Monster or a Rockstar, which is like, let's be honest, absolutely terrible for you, and you're probably gonna, if you're drinking them as much as some people do, you're not going to be in a good state in terms of health. Wave is natural clean energy. It's actually made with ingredients that are not going to harm you, and they're actually going to benefit you. Okay, bath treats. You do have access to these on the platform as well as a couple other things that aren't in this specific slide. You have coffee, anti-aging coffee, which is fire. There is something called STM or STEM, which is a stem cell repair supplement, and it's really good for focus. By the way, I was taking it a couple weeks ago when we were at the Airbnb mastermind when we were first launching the new company and the partnership. And I was taking this stuff. I was like, man, let me just try this out. And I was locked in, man. I didn't need to have any energy drink. I didn't even need to have any coffee. I was absolutely dialed with that STM product. Really, really good stuff. So that's the health side of things. Okay. Let's talk about travel. This is the last pillar we're going to talk about before we wrap this thing up. So Jifu has the best travel discounts in the industry. Okay. Up to 75% off compared to any competitor, Expedia, Priceline, and other travel sites. Fun fact that I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't know. You know how there's like a bunch of other like compare pricing, discount travel, free websites out there. You have Priceline and Expedia, but there's also like Trivago and there's like other platforms that are named different things. Fun fact, Expedia and Priceline owns all those other sister or, different named companies. So it's crazy. Like they might frame it a different way or, there might be one site that has better pricing than the other, but it's like they're actually all owned by the same two companies. It's a scam. It's like, dude, okay, crazy. Well, Jifu Travel beats literally all the pricing with Expedia and Priceline because it's a paid travel club. So up to 75% off in comparison. And it's for hotels, car rentals, cruises, resorts. All right. And what's really cool, and I'll show you guys this, the travel portal, okay, is that you can, look at this thing, right? And you can actually compare in real time with some of these sites, but you'll notice once this loads, just how easy it is to compare with Expedia or Priceline or other booking portals. So somebody give me an example in the chat. What's a place that you want to travel to, a destination? Make sure you guys aren't falling asleep on me in the chat. Switzerland, perfect. So let's say we want to go to Switzerland, right? Check in. Let's say we're going, I don't know, April 4th to 11th. Okay, full week. All right. So you can search that up. Oh, another really cool thing about Jifu is you literally get a free vacation voucher upon registering. So, and you get one every year. So they actually, I mean, it's crazy. They'll give you some crazy, good deals. Plus, they'll give you a free trip every year just for being a part of the platform. So, in Switzerland, it doesn't look like they have too crazy of savings in comparison to Expedia, but still 10% off. Okay, you're still saving 150 bucks in comparison to what you would be paying with let's say Expedia or Priceline. But you can actually toggle through and see, okay, what's the biggest money saving, biggest percentage saving, price low to high, so on and so forth. And you can actually go and you can book in these different hotels based on availability. So let's take another example. What's another one that was dropped in the chat? Dominican. Okay, perfect. Let's take a look. Dominican, there's probably going to be some really good ones, to be honest. They'll do same dates, full week. Okay. What's crazy about this is cruises are like insane for the discounts. There was someone I was talking to that took an Alaskan cruise. Normally it's like a $3,000-$4,000 cruise for the full duration of a week, and they paid $700. It's like one of the nicest cruises you can go on, man. It's a crazy good deal. I've been traveling a lot for the past 2 years, basically just, living out of a suitcase. And I say that with humility because that's what I've been able to do, learning the skill of trading, because you can do it from anywhere around the world, right? So I've been traveling a lot, and I'll pay full price to travel just because I like traveling. But now it's like, dude, you literally get a discounted travel and a free vacation voucher for being a part of the platform. Like, dude, this is insane. So here, Dominican Republic, 38% off the public price, which we can take a look at. Obviously, the space. Again, you can filter this based on what you want to see: hotel name, distance from a certain location. Okay, this one looks really nice. 27% off. You're saving 300 bucks, 89 bucks a night. All right, so you can see with the portal the discounts that you're going to have in comparison to Expedia and Priceline because it'll pull that data in real time. Okay, so it's really really solid, right? Really solid. Again, I mean, I've seen even better discounts. Like another one that's another location that's pretty solid is like Vegas, right? And obviously, based on different times of year and how popular the destinations are, you might have better discounts at different times of the year. Okay. Because it's based on vacancies. So basically, the relationship that this company has with hotels and resorts around the world is, hey, listen, if we don't have anybody staying in a room, we would prefer to give you a really good deal and have somebody staying there instead of just leaving it empty as a room. Right. But instead of them, having as good of deals with Expedia, obviously Jifu, it's a VIP travel club, so they get the best of the best pricing. There's no markups like there is on Expedia and Priceline. So here's a big one, 43% off. Okay, you're saving 620 bucks for staying for the entire week. Right. Another thing that's interesting too is if you do compare this to Expedia or Priceline, the total that you're seeing here includes everything. So you might look on Expedia and be like, wait a minute, this looks like it might actually be better than the Jifu price. But then you get to the checkout page and it's a lot more because then they add in all those extra fees. You know what I mean? It's like, gosh, clever Expedia. I gotcha, though. Jifu's better, right? So another thing cool that's really cool too is you get travel reward points. So as you're traveling, you can stack reward points, which you can use towards future travel, or you can choose to cash it out in US dollars, which is pretty cool. So Anyways, yeah, obviously I wanted to show this to you guys. There's an app version as well. I'll show you guys really quickly from the phone what it looks like on the app. Very simple, very seamless to book through. And you get this, like this is included with what you have in terms of the education and the platform. Like this is all encompassing once again, which is just, absolutely fire. So Jifu Travel Club, okay. We pull this up. All right, you have flights, activities, rentals, tours. Let's go to the cruises section. All right. For cruise booking, okay. Let's say you want to go to Alaska, right? Let's say we want to go in April. Okay. Any length, let's do 7 to 9 nights. Let's do a Norwegian cruise line. Any cruise ship is fine. Any departure port is fine. Any price range, sure. Okay, so we got 7 itineraries here. So if I choose go, all right, it's going to give me, like, look at this, man. Norwegian cruise, dude, $94 a night. Like, it's insane. It's like, bro, if you go to try and book this on the actual cruise line's website or some other booking portal, you're going to be paying like an arm and a leg for an Alaskan cruise. Okay. I mean, this is insane, insane deals. Let's see if there's, I mean, this is literally already priced from I think yeah, they're all around the same price, about $95 a night approximately. So again, that's just an example, right? With the cruise lines, but you'll get literally the best of the best for cruise pricing. There is flights as well, but it's only going to give you the best deals for business class flights. The reason for that is because again, it's based on vacancies. Flights are constantly being overbooked and oversold. So for you to get like an economy, flight, which is like just basic, you know what I mean? You're probably not going to save much on flights. So the best thing to use this travel portal for is cruises, number one, top of the list, hotels, number two, activities, number three. Flights, if you're flying business class, yo, you'll save really good money with the flight portal, right? So yeah, that's what it looks like from the app side of things. Um, and yeah, I mean the travel side of things is a lot of fun. Like it's like once you've created extra income for yourself, learning the skill on Jifu Live of trading or investing or real estate or e-commerce, whatever, what are you gonna want to do, man? Well, you're gonna want to go and live life, use that extra money, go travel, man. Well, now you can do it at really good discounts. Okay. So yeah, that's really the more visual overview of everything. I did mention, I'll pull this back up on screen. I did mention about the free vacation voucher, which is sweet. You literally get one of these every single year, and it's like a bonus. The company doesn't need to give you this, but it's just like, hey, here you go for you and up to three other people, so four people total. Go on a vacation instead of you paying the nightly rate of let's say $500 a night for an all-inclusive resort. $0 paid for you. You're only paying the reservation fee, taxes, resort fees, and a little bit of necessary insurance that they have to charge and that can't be covered with the voucher. Okay. So it's really good stuff, man, in terms of the travel side of things, right? Jifu was a travel company first before they even introduced education. So let's talk about how you can get started with this thing. Okay. Obviously, this is not free. Okay. If you're on this call and you're like, man, I just want to learn this stuff for free. It's like, okay, sure, man. Go to YouTube University, spend your first 9 months falling on your face trying to figure it out like I did. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, if I could give you a piece of advice, I would say it's better to pay a mentor than to lose money and pay it to the markets or lose money and pay it to, experience trying to figure it out. It's a lot better to have someone that you can learn from. It's a lot better to have access to everything like what we've shown you to get started. It doesn't make a difference to me if you decide to get started or not, but you can literally get started, guys, for 275 one time, and then it drops to 165 every single month. So what does that give you access to? All the education, okay? Not one of the sectors of education, everything. Forex, crypto, day trading, investing, e-commerce, real estate, fitness academy once that comes out. Okay. It's fire. All right. In terms of all the education, you have the travel portal. All right. It gives you 4 weeks access. And then again, it's month to month. So you still have access to the discounted travel. You get one free vacation with the voucher. And you can actually use what are called free trials. You get 50 every single month. So that means you can send out the discounted travel portal to any of your friends, family. They can use the travel site and book for a discount as well. They won't get as good of a discount as you do because you're an actual member, but you can send it to them and be like, hey, listen, you're going to Japan, great. You're going there anyways. Why not save some money when you're going? You can send it off to them, and you actually earn travel points when you share that for free with somebody else, which is really cool. Now, if you're someone that wants to get started and you want to have access to physical product, you can get started for 350 and then 165 a month, and that comes with some of the samples of the physical products. So the collagen, the superfruit antioxidant live, as well as the glow serum. If you're like, I want to get some of this stuff to try it out, for sure, this is a great package. It's actually a discount in comparison to what it would be if you were to just order those products individually through the platform, which you can do as well, by the way. And you get everything else that we just mentioned as well. So all the education, the travel portal, and all that good stuff. Now, if you're someone that's like, man, I want to, take advantage of getting started, but maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to pay 165 a month, right? That's the monthly subscription to keep getting access to everything, which by the way, was something like Tap to Trade, the scanners, the educators, like this thing pays for itself if you really commit yourself to learning the skills. I mean, this thing is something that will pay itself tenfold if you really lock in. And I'm saying that because I've seen it. Like you guys saw some of the results in the Telegram chat. Like the people are crushing it. That was just last week, a few people that were sharing results. But if you're like, man, I want to, learn how to do this and get it for free, you can actually get this thing for free, which is really cool. So completely optional. You don't have to do this, but we do have a scholarship program where if you refer this to 4 friends and they get started, take advantage of the free vacation, the travel portal, the education online, whatever they're interested in. Maybe they get some physical products, they'll actually, in getting started, can count towards your free subscription. And once you have 4 referrals, boom, 165, take that, crumple it up, throw it out the window. You don't have to pay that anymore. Okay. Now, if you're someone that's thinking to yourself, well, why would I want to share this thing? Well, think about it. When you get excited and fired up about something, you're going to talk about it anyways. But instead of it being like you go to Avatar 2, the movie that came out that did $1 billion, grossing from word of mouth and advertising. Okay. Instead of you going home and telling your family, your friends about the movie, and then they go to see it and you don't get paid a dime or get compensated whatsoever, here we'll at least compensate you for sharing this thing because you're going to get excited and fired up. Right. In fact, if you think about it, you'll do the same thing for dinner restaurant, like restaurant spots, dinner spots. Okay. I'm out here in Miami and a good friend of mine was like, yo, we should go to this spot. It's Korean barbecue. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like Coke or something like that. And she's like, yo, this is a fire spot. Like, we're gonna go. I was like, okay, cool. Guess what? She doesn't get paid a dime, and all the money goes to the restaurant. Here, at least if you have the desire to share this thing, again, it's optional, we'll at least compensate you for doing so. There's a scholarship program for no more. And if you want to take this above and beyond, instead of the company investing its hard-earned dollars from people using and enjoying and loving the product and investing it into like, YouTube advertising, which everybody's skipping the ads and it's kind of BS anyways, or billboards or other forms of advertising, they'll actually compensate you as an ambassador if you choose to share this thing with more than 4 people. So you can actually build 2 different teams and earn residual commissions inside the platform, which is really cool. So what I mean by that is residual income is money that you're getting paid over and over and over again for work that you did previously. For example, let's look at somebody like Drake, okay, popular music artist. He made God's Plan one time and still gets paid over and over and over and over again for streams and people listening to that song. That's what we call residual income. So if you share this opportunity and you start to build a team and the team is like fired up and they're like, yo, this is cool. They're sharing the opportunity as well. You can actually get paid residually from Jifu as an ambassador. So what that actually looks like. Okay, four no more is the first level. You have 4 people you've referred to the platform. Cool, subscriptions waived. The next level is let's say that team naturally, because it will happen naturally, we've seen it time and time and time again, naturally the team grows to 14 people. Now, this is not just 14 people that you've referred personally. It's almost like someone who's in real estate, instead of being a real estate agent that's just selling themselves, or like doing the sales themselves and selling their homes to clients, they decide to open a brokerage and bring in staff that then they train up and then they go and sell homes too. Now they're not limited to the time that they have in a day. They're using leverage with the brokerage, and it's almost like a team effort, and they're getting paid for the team's work as well. Well, hey, listen, if you have some people that are fired up about this thing and they share the opportunity, that counts towards your rank in the compensation plan. So as your team naturally grows from 4 individuals to 15, you'll actually start to get paid from the company 700 US dollars every single month. The next level is gold. Okay, it's a team of 30 individuals, 1,000 US dollars every single month. The company is literally paying you for the team that's growing naturally because people are excited and actually seeing results with the products and services. Okay, now I won't go through all these different levels, but this thing can get really, really exciting. If we jump to director, this is a team of 500 individuals. Okay, again, not all that you've personally referred, but naturally as the team is growing, you can be getting paid $10,000 a month residually inside of this business. What I like about this is that you're not capped in your income based on the time of day you have or the amount of hours you have in a day. Number one. Number two, you're not capped because of, your boss not wanting to give you a raise or whatever. It's like you're actually paid based on the amount of effort and the amount of work that you put into this thing. It's completely optional. Again, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, you don't have to do this, but this is for the bigger thinkers. This is for the people that are like, yo, I want to run it up, learning an income producing skill online, and I want to take this and use this as another way to create income to fund my other business ventures, to fund my traveling, to fund whatever you'd like, man. So with that being said, man, that is really the run through of everything. Now, for those of you guys that stuck around till the end, okay, we actually have a promo going on right now. Drop promo in the chat. Okay, if you're excited, if you're fired up to hear about what that looks like, so you can actually get started between now and basically Monday evening. Monday is when it ends. We've got it extended for this new launch because we just partnered up with the company. All right, drop promo in the chat if you're fired up about that. But if you're someone who's like, yo, I'm ready to get started and you want to get started and save some money in doing so, guys, you can literally get started for 165, which is the monthly rate, instead of 275 as of today, which is 40% off enrollment. So what I would encourage you guys to do in leaving this call or leaving this recording is make a decision, man. Make a decision. And if you have questions, get your questions answered. Like I know that for me, when I first saw Jifu, I was like, man, I need to talk to somebody and get some questions and some clarity on a few different things. That's totally fine. But at least make the decision to, number one, get your questions answered, or number two, get started. There's really two types of people on this call. Person number one is like, yo, Donnie, shut up. You've been talking for an hour. Let's freaking run it up. Let's go. Okay, you're ready to go. And person number two is, I like what I'm seeing, but I just need to get a little bit more clarity on this stuff before making my decision to get started. Does that make sense? Whether you decide to do this or not, it doesn't make a difference to me, man. I'm out here in Miami having a vibe, going to Calgary on Monday, flying to Germany at the end of the month. It doesn't make a difference to me if you do this. I want you guys to know that. But it could certainly make a huge difference for you. I've seen so many people get started in this industry, broke, busted, disgusted, terrible at-home situation, terrible job situation, terrible relationship situations, and their lives completely change over the course of 3, 6, 9, 12 months. It's insane. There's some of them are on this call right now. Dayton, prime example. This guy was literally working 9 to 5, hard worker, okay? Got started with this thing, quit his job in 3 months, moved to Thailand for 2 months, and has just been traveling and having a great time. Shout out to Dayton one time, man. It's just a testimony to the fact that this stuff works. You just got to make the decision in leaving the call today. So, man, if the promo doesn't fire you up to make the decision, man, I don't know what will. Everybody likes to, take advantage and take action when there's promos, right? So, with all that being said, guys, get back to the person that got you on today's call. Get any questions you have answered. Thank them for the invite. Thank them for sending the recording. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the inside the community, on my live sessions, trading with me live in real time, all that good stuff. Looking forward to seeing you guys there, and enjoy the rest of your day whenever you're seeing this, whether it's live or in the recording. Much love and peace out.